AskReddit by Amod. What did a fictional character say that stuck with you? We accept the love we think we deserve. I think that if I ever have kids, and they are upset, I won't tell them that people are starving in China or anything like that because it wouldn't change the fact that they were upset. And even if somebody else has it much worse, that doesn't really change the fact that you have what you have. Perks of being a wallflower, IDK if I'm a cliché. Nothing worth having is easy to come by. Dr. Robert Kelso. A boy who idealizes war is perplexed why a war hero wants to retire to become a farmer. He asks the wise warrior why he seems to despise war, and this is his response. There is more honor in a field well plowed than one steeped in blood. Many of the truths we cling to depend largely on your point of view, Ben Kenobi. I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me, Joshua Graham, Fallout New Vegas. Continues to load pistols. We can't expect God to do all the work. When Vimes says about his alcoholism, 1 is too many, 2's not enough, that's when I knew that cutting down wouldn't work. I would have to completely stop. Been sober nearly 5 years now. I always tell people drinking wise, you are like a car, you have an accelerator and a brake. You can't start and stop or go fast or slow. I'm the space shuttle, I can only like the rocket or not like the rocket, that's it, those are the choices I have. I haven't let the rocket in a decade. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life, Jean-Luc Picard. The words of someone who took his Kobayashi Maru test with dignity, and understood the lesson. Tomorrow's a day you'll pay the bills. Tomorrow's a day you'll grow up and start acting responsible. But tomorrow never comes for you, because it's always so conveniently a day away. Suzy, Hey Arnold. Had to copy and paste because I forgot the original quote verbatim, but the tomorrow never comes part always stuck with me despite me being a massive procrastinator. Why do today what you can put off till tomorrow? What is today, but yesterday's tomorrow? Squidward and Damp, Mr. Krabs. The hero decides to give their life to save the day, and because of their sacrifice the good guys win, the survivors all cheer, and everybody lives happily ever after. But the hero never gets to see that ending. They'll never know if their sacrifice actually made a difference. They'll never know if the day was really saved. In the end they just have to have faith. Ain't that a bitch? Epsilon from Red vs Blue. There are some walls, and some ceilings. Wait. Just one ceiling caboose. I'd trade it all for a little more. CM Burns. I saw some of my friends become big and they don't even answer calls and don't have an honest reply for a question. I remember this quote and it is incredible. Friends, family, religion, these are the 3 demons you must slay if you wish to succeed in business. CM Burns. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Winnie the Pooh, A.A. Mill. I'm a grown-ass man, and reading the end of House of Pooh Corner left me feeling a kind of way I can't even describe. You can't keep blaming yourself. Just blame yourself once and move on. Homer Simpson. And X200B. One of the wisest pieces of advice I've ever heard. It takes 2 to lie. 1 to lie. And 1 to listen. Homer Simpson. Burns, well, everybody knows, war is hell. Hunnicutt, remember, you heard it here last. Hawkeye, war isn't hell. War is war, and hell is hell. And of the two, war is a lot worse. Father Mulcahy, how do you figure that, Hawkeye? Hawkeye, easy, father. Tell me, who goes to hell? Father Mulcahy, sinners, I believe. Hawkeye, exactly. There are no innocent bystanders in hell, but war is chock full of them, little kids, cripples, old ladies. In fact, except for a few of the brass, almost everybody involved is an innocent bystander. I feel like that episode is one of the 6 or so that Med constantly reruns of MASH. I'm a quitter. I come from a long line of quitters. It's amazing I'm here at all. Bernard from Black Books. Some people will always need help. That doesn't mean they're not worth helping. Mira Reed from Game of Thrones. As a nurse, I feel like this is important to remember, but it can be really hard sometimes. We live with dignity. We can't die with it. Dr. Gregory House. You talk to God, you're religious. God talks to you, you're psychotic. Greg House. It's real life, and in real life, you can't always win. Gerald. Hey Arnold. Stoop kid's afraid to leave his stoop. Also Gerald. And someday you're going to look around and realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. And that is the loneliest feeling in the world. BoJack Horseman. The BoJack quote that I always remember was from the Jogging Baboon: it gets easier. Every day it gets a little easier. But you gotta do it every day, that's the hard part. But it does get easier. Get busy living or get busy dying. Andy Dufresne, The Shawshank Redemption. Edit, I had mistakenly attributed it to Red. I don't know how many years I got left on this earth, so I'm gonna get real weird with it. Frank Reynolds. Meanwhile, block the wind. I'm gonna roast this bone. I expect nothing and I'm still let down. Dewey. https://media.discord.net/attachments/601319307254824985/6016016272689257512985/image0.png. The future is now, old man Dewey. It's like those lights in the sky, they all look the same from here, but that doesn't make them less pretty. River Wiles. This is my family. I found it all on my own. It's a little broken but still good. Yeah, still good. Stitch. Ohana means family. And family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. God, that movie still hits me right in the heart so many years later. And it spawned a solid TV show to boot. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. Agent K, Men in Black. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew that the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew that the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. It's not out of this world profound or anything, but that whole scene on the bench was so good, it was almost out of place in the movie. Not to say it wasn't good. Be loyal to what matters, Arthur Morgan. Roger Clark killed that role. It's not often that a video game voice actor gives a genuinely Oscar-worthy performance. I remember thinking before the game was launched, this guy seems like a total dick. There's no way I can make him a more likable character than Marston. Now that I've had a few months to stew on it, I honestly think he may be my favorite video game character of all time. Probably top 5 protagonists in all fiction. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. G-Man. Half-Life series. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Rush. People like to invent monsters and monstrosities. Then they seem less monstrous themselves. When they get blind drunk, cheat, steal, beat their wives, starve an old woman, when they kill a trapped fox with an axe or riddle the last existing unicorn with arrows, they like to think that the Bane entering cottages at daybreak is more monstrous than they are. They feel better then. they find it easier to live. Geralt of Rivia, The Last Wish. Abigail. What about your sword? I heard witches carry to a silver blade for monsters and steel for humans. Geralt of Rivia. Both are for monsters. Not everything is a lesson. Sometimes, you just fail. Dwight K. Schrute. Edit, 6 years on Reddit and a Dwight quote is what pops my gold cherry. Appropriate. Alternatively, will I get over it? No. But life goes on. Sucking at something is the first step, being sorta good at something. Jake the dog. See this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Hucks it out the window, now it's gone forever. So it's not real and I don't care about it anymore. You can handle anything for 10 seconds, Kimmy Schmidt. This tiny little quip has helped me out so much. I use it all the time. Losing people is a part of life, but that doesn't mean you stop letting them in. Lego Batman. That movie came out shortly after I lost my grandpa. He was one of 2 people I was closest with. When he died, I went through a really rough phase. Ever since I heard that phrase, it stuck with me. As someone who lost his grandma recently, which I was extremely close to, this hit me hard. Thanks dude for sharing it. Some paraphrase of evil is thinking of people as things. Yes, it gets more complicated, but it starts by thinking of people as things. Granny Weather Waxin, I think. Carpe Jugulam by Terry Pratchett. There's no greys, only white that's got grubby. I'm surprised you don't know that. And sin, young man, is when you treat people like things. Including yourself. That's what sin is. Granny Weather Wax. Better to serve a good man than to rule with an evil one, Merlin. That quote has stuck with me for so long and I have thought about it many times. In direct contrast to Paradise Lost's better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Jack Sparrow. Edit, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the gold. First award ever. I'm so happy. Captain Jack Sparrow. What's your exit strategy? Lucille Bluth yelling at her maid for having vacuumed herself into a corner. I haven't vacuumed a room without an exit strategy for years. We accept the love we think we deserve, Charlie's teacher from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Came looking for the quote. Sad that it's so low on the totem pole. It's heartbreaking to realize just how many people accept love far below what they deserve. Deleted. Also from the same series, you can't keep doing these shitty things and feel sorry for yourself like that makes it okay. You have to do better. What is the most important step a man can take? Always the next step. Dalina Collin. Edit, from Oathbringer, Book 3 of the Stormlight Archive, written by Brandon Sanderson. Accept your pain, but do not accept that you deserved it. Hoyd. Confidence, it's the food of the wise man but the liquor of the fool. Vikram The Office. Deleted. If you want to know what a man's like, judge him on the way he treats his inferiors, not his equals. Sirius Black. Always really stuck with me because I really think it's pretty solid advice. Edit, thanks for the silver, whoever your kind people are. The world's not split between good people and Death Eaters also really stuck with my from Cyrus. Umbridge is neither one, and that is so powerful. The past can hurt, but the way I see it you can either run from it, or learn from it. Rafiki, The Lion King. It doesn't matter, it's in the past. Gets hit with staff, what did you do that for? It doesn't matter, it's in the past. Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. Uncle Iroh, Avatar, The Last Airbender. Deleted. Knowledge, like air, is vital to life. No one should be denied it. V for Vendetta. And remember, bad times are just times that are bad. Katrina from Animal Crossing. One of my favorites, along with the best way of getting things done is by doing them, from Sable, Animal Crossing. Deleted. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing. I'm Ron fucking Swanson. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Malcolm Merlin. Fear is a mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past me, I will turn to see fear's path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Muad'Dib. Deleted. Gonna be 30 next year and I feel the same as I did in my teen years. PS, if you haven't read A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, it's a great read.